Hi everyone, welcome to the next update of my Project Pan series. In this series, I'm trying to either use up or hit pan on all of these makeup items in an effort to reduce the size of my makeup collection as well as just using up what I have instead of purchasing more. So let's get right into it. Starting with Complexion products, I have the Beauty Counter Skin Twin Featherweight Foundation here. This is a clean brand that's no longer available, but I obviously have to use up all the items I have from there. And I rolled this in from the last update because I had finally finished all my skin tints and all my foundations that I had in the beginning of this project. And I rolled this in brand new, super full. There was no mark to be made. And look at this, you guys. I'm shocked at how much I used since the beginning of rolling this in. And I used this a total of 27 times since brand new, and that's how much I've used it, which kind of is a bad thing, I'm thinking, because that is 1 month of usage. So what do we got? 2, 3, 4 or 5 months use out of a bottle. That is not a good usage number for a big glass bottle like this. I'd expect to use this up in a much longer amount of time. Also, I'm using small pumps as well. I'm not just pumping it straight into a big glob. I'm doing half a pump sometimes because I don't need so much coverage in the summertime. And this is still going pretty fast. So I'm happy and sad at the same time. If you weren't around for that update video, the goal of this is to use it up eventually, but I wanted to roll it in during the summertime when my skin had more warm overtones, because I have what's called a cool undertone. I'm a true winter, and so this foundation is the warmest in my collection, so I'm trying to get rid of it. And I want to use it in the summertime when it's the closest to looking natural on my skin. So this was about the month of July to August. So I'm thinking August to September. Hopefully I can make another good dent in it. And then I'll put it away for the winter time. And next summer we'll definitely be finishing this foundation. So it sounds far away, but time is really flying, especially at this age in my life. So I think summer will be here right around the corner. So I'm going to try to use this up as much as I can before I have to put it away. Next are these two concealers. They're called the Power Flex Concealer from Tarte. I have a regular size and a deluxe size. This made me fall in love so much with it that I got this one. This is in the shade 25S. And this is in the shade 25N. So my perfect shade is 25 neutral, but I have this in the 25S. So I mixed these together, and there's been a lot of progress. So I got this once again super full. That was the start, and now this is the update of this smaller concealer. And then for this big concealer, I made a progress mark too for this since the beginning. So I'm very excited. I'm just gonna keep using these. I love this concealer. If you didn't hear back from me how the last update, how much I was gushing about it, but I really love this concealer, and I will be happily using it to the last drop. Next is this Beauty Counter Moisturizing Primer. I will be taking this out of rotation. I did not use it since the last update. It has been so hot here in Toronto that I couldn't use it. It was just making my skin more greasy, and I was like, why am I torturing myself trying to pan something when it's not the right time? I definitely want to use it up. It's a beautiful primer, and I do need to use it in the winter time. So I'll be bringing this back in the winter time, but for now it's out of the next few updates for sure. More Complexion products. So I brought in the darker of the concealers from Becca last update since hitting pan on the light one, but I realized this is still too dark for me for my summertime, even though I'm super tanned for how I tan anyway. I'm super tan, and this is still too dark, so I still find myself having to mix both of these. So this is the progress so far. I cannot wait to get rid of them from my collection. They're so old and so clunky. You have to mix and match the colors. I cannot wait to get them out of my collection so I can try a different corrector that is the right shade, so I don't have to mix anymore. But it's still good. It works really well. So I'm just going to keep them and try to, well, I will get through them and then call them empties and try some new correctors. If you have any good suggestions on eye correctors, please list them down below. For me, it has to be the right color and the right texture. I don't want it to be too thick. I find these a little bit too thick for my liking. So it needs to be a very thin consistency, obviously, as it's under the eyes. So no highlighting the creases, and be very thin in consistency. If you have any suggestions, please list them in my comments. Last two complexion products. So this is the Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Hollywood Filter. This is initial mark. This is a mark from a few updates ago. I've been using this quite a bit, which is very surprising, but I'm falling back in love with it. I heard a professional makeup artist talk about the shade 4 medium, which is what I have. It's slightly darker than my skin tone. She gave a tip, which I'll just pass along to you guys, is this shade in particular is slightly olive toned. So it's got a tiny green cast to it, and it's actually really great in neutralizing redness in the skin, because obviously green is the opposite of red on the color wheel. Let me just show you kind of on a swatch what it looks like. So just kind of a neutral slightly olive undertone. So that's kind of a better true representation of what it looks like. So I absolutely love this, and I'm starting to really love it and use it. Thank goodness, because this is a very old product. Like even the gold design is starting to wear off. So I really, I'm really glad that I'm starting to fall in love with it and using it more. And I plan to use it all the way through summer and winter. And the goal for that item is to use it. I lied. I said 2 more complexion products. It actually was 3 more, including that one. So this is the loose powder from Nude by Nature. I've been trying to use up since the very beginning of the project. This is the starting mark. This is the progress mark. I've finally started using it, especially for the summertime, to set my foundation and to touch up through the day, and I really love it. It's a clean brand, so I'm happily going through it slowly, but there's definitely been usage, and I'm finally digging into this. So I am pretty confident I'll finish it by the end of the year. And last complexion is the foundation powder from Makeup Forever. This is the older version. They have since reformulated, so I can't wait to try the reformulated version, but I definitely have to get through this first. And I do have a big old pan in here, but it's still very it's still slow going in trying to finish it, because I don't use it all the time, but it does come in clutch when I'm trying to clean up sort of, or buff out certain parts of my makeup. This really comes in handy, so I love having it around. It's just taking a long time to pan, which I'm okay with. This is the only foundation powder in my collection. I know, shocker, right? Because I have so many extras in other categories in my collection, but this is the only foundation powder in my collection. So I'm not in a big hurry to finish it, but I want to still finish it because it's super old, obviously, because it's already been reformulated by the brand. But I'll get through it when I get through it, and I want to steadily make progress through this project. Now for the fun parts, the cheek products. So the first is this bronzer that I have been trying to pan since the very beginning of this project. I already had a giant pan, and it is still sticking around, you guys. Oh my gosh, look at this. So I finally repressed it, and there is barely anything left. Barely anything left, but it's still here. It is still here. You can see, like, it's basically the pan, but it's still here. And I mean, I thought it'd be gone within 3 months, and it is not. It is still here, and it is what it is. I'm not gonna complain about how long products are taking to pan, because that's the beauty of project panning, and it's to remind us just how long things take, and to not buy anymore. So I don't know how long this will take, and it will just, it'll be done when it will be done. Next is my blush from NARS in the shade New Attitude, and it's a beautiful baby pink, cool pink. Same side pan since forever ago, no actual pan. I've been using this so much. I forgot to say that this bronzer, I used it a total of 14 times since the last update. And sorry, I'm just looking at my panning notebook that I have on the side here. And this blush, I've used a total of I've used this a total of 21 times since the last update. 21 times, you guys. And I'm not gentle with this one because this, I love NARS's original blush formula. It's pigmented but very light, so you can layer it as much as you want. This is a very shocking color. It doesn't look, and you can pick up pigment, see, quite easily. Here, just pick up a little bit more and show you. Yeah, so see, you can pick up the pigment, but it's very light and you have to build it up. I love this type of blush formula. So I really go ham. I dig in there with my brush. I just really get to it, and I layer it onto my cheeks, and I love this color and I love this formula. And I'm not gentle with this particular blush, and it is still taking forever to even hit pan. It is what it is. Okay, finally, I have an exciting update. So this is the Becca face palette, essentially, Endless Bronze and Glow. And I used it a total of 20 times since the last update. And ta-da! Finally, you guys, I finally hit pan. I am so excited about this. I know that's really weird and nerdy, but I'm so excited about this big chunky pan that I've hit on the highlighting portion. So I always dab my brush all over, but I do concentrate a little bit more on the highlighter part, and I am so happy I hit pan on this. Finally. And if you're curious, because I tracked the usage, it took me 126 uses in this project to hit this pan. 126 uses to hit the pan. And also when I brought this in, it was not brand new. It was a little bit used from my past sort of panning attempts. So I would say a good 20-30 uses there before I started tracking. So what is that, 150 uses? And I've only just hit pan. Once again, do not buy a blush or a highlighter product willy-nilly, because you're going to be stuck with it for probably a year. I'm thinking a year. So I have sort of hit my goal on this, but because it's such an old product, obviously Becca's not around anymore, I actually do want to finish up the whole thing, because I love this color. This is my favorite cheek color of all time, basically. A peach in the utter sense of the word peach. I absolutely love this peachy color. Look how gorgeous that is, for me anyway. I love peachy colors. Sorry, my camera, oh, there. Yeah, so that's what it looks like. And I love peach blushes like this. It makes my heart go pitter patter, and I just really love it. So I'm going to finish it. I'm going to try to finish it. We'll see how long it takes, but I'm not taking it out of the project until I finish it. Lastly, I have some updates for the pencils. Look at my eyeliner pencil. It is finally showing some wear. So I have my panning notebook here, and here is where it is right now. So that's where it is, and that's where I started. So I've used up quite a bit, so I'm really excited. It's not long for this world, because I obviously can't use it up to here, because I have to be able to sharpen it. So I think only this much is left. So I can't wait to finish this eyeliner. And then as well, I brought in one KKW lip liner before, because the other one had fallen in my car, broken out in my car, the inside pencil component. So that one I'm just counting as an empty. So this new one is called Taupe Wood, and that's the one that I brought in the last update. There hasn't been enough movement in the product to make a new mark on my panning journal. And then as well, I'm bringing in the lip liner Russet from KKW as well, because it's a darker color, and with fall and winter fast approaching, I just feel like I need a darker lip liner, because this one, the Taupe Wood one, is quite nude. So those are the swatches of these two. As you know, she's rebranded the makeup brand, and so these are very old products that I need to use up. And I actually do really love these lip liners. They stay really well. They're kind of skin tone colored, and I really love them. So I want to use them up. So that's kind of the two lip liners that are in this project pan that I want to finish up to the last drop. So that's everything, you guys. Whew, that was a lot. I hope you enjoyed all the updates. Like I said, I'm so excited about the pan that I hit, and I really hope I can show you even better progress for the next update. Let me know how you're doing on your project pans down below in the comments, and I will see you soon. Bye.